Your internet provider is spying on you. That's right, your internet provider is spying on you. Now I know you use complex passwords, keep all your devices up to date, heck, you even reboot them all from time to time to keep them running smoothly. But your internet provider knows every single place you're going. Even with the best antivirus or anti-malware software, your internet provider is still going to know where you're going online. But how is this possible? Well, for two reasons. When you access an internet resource, you usually do it by typing the name of a domain in your browser or another application. The important thing here is, even though you can read and understand google.com, the computer itself has no idea what that means. To the computer, it's just a bunch of text that doesn't mean anything at all until it looks up the actual IP address associated with that name. This is by using something called DNS, or the Domain Name System. DNS converts that familiar and readable words or letters into the corresponding numbers that the computer can understand. It's this lookup process that's usually done by your internet provider's DNS servers that's recorded and tracked. That's right, every time your computer looks up an address because you want to view something there, it's telling your internet provider exactly where you're looking to go, every single time. 2. Because you're on your internet provider's network, because you're connected to it, every time you go anywhere on the internet, each and every bit of data has a source and destination address attached to it. Your provider can see exactly where the data is coming from, you, and where it's going to. This is how something called routing works. That's how data is moved back and forth across the internet. Your provider not only sees this, but in all likelihood is keeping track of where you're going and what you're doing. Kinda makes you feel like Big Brother's looking over your shoulder all the time, doesn't it? So how can you fight this or make it so that they aren't spying on you? Well, let's address the first issue, your DNS settings. Pretty much all internet providers, when you connect to them, configure your connection with their DNS servers for your computer to look up addresses. While this is convenient for the consumer, it also allows the provider to keep track of what you're looking for and where you're looking to go. How do you solve this? By using DNS servers that aren't provided by your internet service. There are many DNS servers out there that can be used for free. Some even perform ad tracking and malware blocking, all for free. Here's some of the more common free DNS servers you can use and who provides them. I'll include them in the description as well. Using any of these DNS servers is completely free, and as I said, some of them even perform filtering for you. If you don't like these or want to try different ones, you can perform a quick search on the internet for additional free DNS servers. As for how to manually set specific DNS servers in your router or device, that's something you'll need to look how to do, as there are so many different devices out there, I couldn't possibly say how to configure it on your specific device. But setting different DNS servers is a very common task, and on your specific device, it should be fairly well covered and easy to find with a simple Google search. Now for the second issue. Ever heard of a VPN? VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. It's a fancy way of saying that all your internet traffic is going to be stuffed into special envelopes called packets, and then sent to your VPN provider's network, opened and sent to the internet from there. To your internet provider, all your traffic simply goes to your VPN services network, but to you can browse the internet freely knowing that your provider has no knowledge of what you're doing and where you're going. Now bear in mind, the traffic still has a source and destination address. It wouldn't be very good without it, as your data 1 couldn't get to where it's going without it, or 2 get back to you either. That being said, the internet provider isn't seeing where you're going, but your VPN provider can. I know, it kind of feels like you're trading one spy for another, and in a way you are, but nothing on the internet is truly anonymous. If anyone ever tells you that, I've got a bridge to sell you. Everything given enough time and resources is traceable. Remember that the next time you're online. If you ever want to remain truly anonymous, don't go on the internet. If you want to hide your activity as much as possible, from your internet provider that is, not your spouse or significant other, you need to use a VPN. And since all your traffic will be going through their network, you want to make sure you're using a highly rated and reputable service dedicated to maintaining your privacy and confidentiality. If you currently use a VPN, let me know in the comments what provider you use and what you think of them. For those of you who don't currently use a VPN, I'll leave a list in the description on some of the top-rated VPN providers today. That'll wrap up a quick view of how your internet provider is spying on you. Hit that like button if you like the video, and don't forget to click that subscribe and notification buttons so you don't miss out on the next bit of grumpy wisdom. And remember, stay grumpy.